Engineer Yohanna Youssef tells the following story. We bought land in the Water Wells area in Alexandria, Egypt, which is situated in the Latin District. As soon as we started the construction after acquiring all required permits, we were surprised to learn that the owners and residents in the adjacent building objected, citing that the building they live in is tilting half a meter towards our land. That tilt could clearly be seen from the 12th floor of their building, which is the last floor. They threatened us and asked us to stop construction at all costs and told us your land is not worth a nail of one of our kids. They explained how when the previous owners of our land started construction, they dug 8 meters deep to reach the foundation. The adjacent building then started to tilt towards the hole. Since that day, the construction stopped due to the order by the previous mayor. The 8-meter deep hole was buried with sand in an attempt to prevent the adjacent building from collapsing. I tried several times to convince the owners of the adjacent building that we were not going to use the same method for the foundation that was previously used. We were going to use a pile foundation, a vertical structural element of a deep foundation, driven deep into the ground at the building site. We told the owners that we were going to sign a contract with the biggest foundation company in Alexandria, called Imtihan for Foundations, to place those piles reaching the depth of the foundation under the supervision of engineers. I visited Father Feltoos and told him the story. He said, "It will get built and will be okay." Father Feltoos assured those with me, Uncle Mofeed and Mr. Zechariah. Then he prayed a lengthy prayer over a bottle of water, gave the bottle to me, and asked me to spread the water on the building that was tilting and on the land next to it. I returned back from the monastery and I spread the water that Father Feltoos had given me on the leaning building and on our land. The construction was resumed with the supervision of Dr. Saeed El-Neghi, who has a doctorate in land division. He was working on defining the tilt of the building since the digging began in the land next to it. After spreading the water on the building and the land, we continued for an entire week, asking Dr. Saeed to provide us with information on his report. He did not respond to our request. We were very confused, especially that since at the beginning of the process, Dr. El-Neghi was giving us a daily report on his findings. After urgent persistent to get information from Dr. Saeed about the report, he said verbatim, "You have something from God. This land has something from God." And he repeated this sentence several times. Then he said, "If I wrote what had happened, they will say this doctor is crazy." So we asked him what happened. He said, "The building is being raised from the same place that it was tilting towards. It is the first time in my life that I have seen something like that, and I can't write that." I told him, "Write the truth, doctor, so that we can build a structure." So he said, "All I can write in the report is that the building is stabilized, but I can't write that the building is adjusting back." So I told him, "Write what you see in the report." After the report was written, we returned to the equipment that we had previously taken out back for digging and construction. The digging machine was strongly hitting the tilted building up until 8 meters high, but the building neither tilted nor was affected. Our building was built to completion with 12 floors. When we started the construction, I went to my precious beloved Father Feltoos and thanked him for his prayers and told him that we had commenced the construction. I told him that the consultant holding a doctorate, who was reporting on the tilting of the building, said that it was adjusting to its original position. So Father Feltoos smiled and told the monks surrounding him, "What is the problem, my brother?" I told St. George and St. Mina to raise the building with me, so they raised it with their hands. This is not a problem. Then he told me, "Congratulations." The miracle had occurred with the prayers of our pure Father Feltoos. The building is still standing in Galil de Soki Street at the Latin District in Alexandria till this day and serves as a witness over what had happened.